Oh, balls. That is my least favorite challenge. I've seen that challenge before. I've never practiced it. Now I deeply regret it. Um, James just blatantly told me he's definitely sending my ass into fire. He thinks I'm the only person that can beat him in the end. I don't think that's necessarily true, but I do think that sending me to fire is a really good idea. I'm not good at fire making. I can do it, but I really do struggle. So Meredith is also going to go to fire making. He's going to bring Jeff because he thinks Jeff hasn't done anything this entire game. That's not what Jeff thinks, but I think Jeff is going to have a really hard time articulating his thoughts. He told me some of them, and I just don't think it's going to translate well to the jury. So, ooh, I want to make fire so bad and kick his ass, and but I don't think that's going to happen. I think Meredith is definitely a better fire maker than myself, but at least I'll go down trying. So I'm excited that this is almost over, but I really, 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 really wanted to make it to the final three. Just to be able to state my case. I think James's storyline has been very evident to everybody. I don't think mine has, and so I was really looking forward to be able to explain some things to jury, but I think this might be the end of Angela's road. So,
if you can make it through the fire making challenge, what pitch do you make to the jury?
I think a lot of my pitch has to come with how I entered this game and how I had to adapt a lot because of the people I was with and whatnot. I think I was as loyal as I could be to my OG tribe lines. I never voted against any of them, and the swap where there were 3 tribes of 5, I'm the only person that was in a minority in those that lasted like to the final 8. Like they all got annihilated and I was able to live past that. James, Jeff, Meredith, even like Lena, Danny, they were all in minority in those little tribes. All in majority in those little tribes, and I was the only person that ended up making it this far, being in the minority of that. And it was based on the relationships that helped carry me that far. I've worked my ass off. I won the recall challenge. I also won an endurance challenge. Like, I feel like my strengths were multifaceted in this game, and I'm super proud of that. But instead, I will likely be on jury. And honestly, my vote is totally up in the air if that's where I end up. So, we'll see.
Great. Thank you so much, Angela. Good luck.
Thanks. All right, let's
Okay, so we just had our last immunity challenge. I really thought it was going to be right up my alley. It was very similar to the synergy challenge that we did at the auction. Unfortunately, I got one of my rows stuck and I couldn't figure out how to get it rearranged the right way in time, and James beat me. So right now we're looking at James with the immunity necklace, and at least according to him, he's going to be taking Jeff to the to the final 3, and then me and Angela are going to do fire, which is my preferred way to go about it. I would rather go out doing fire or enter the final 3 having one fire than just being brought to the end, so I'm happy with that. I just hope he doesn't change his mind, so we'll see. But yeah, I don't know how well this is going to go because I don't think Angela or I can do fire. I tried a few times over at Jovian. I couldn't get it then. We were just trying down there. It was not going well, so we might have to go to matches like they did on that one season of Survivor. But it's been a really great experience, and now I will have done like literally almost everything that you can do in a game in my very first live game. So pretty exciting.
If you can make it to Final Tribal, what pitch do you make to the jury?
I think that I played an adaptable game. I switched sides when I needed to, especially for being my first game. I think I was learning on the fly, whereas I will definitely be sitting next to somebody who's played probably dozens of these. I think James has played dozens of these. Angela has played many. Jeff has played many. So I'm a first-time player, so I think that'll get some consideration there that I was all learning as I was going this time. But otherwise, I think I played a social game. I didn't piss anybody off. I think I made a lot of really good connections out there. I think James alienated some people and made some people mad, so hopefully that could pull votes another way. Jeff, if it's Jeff who I'm sitting next to at the final three with James, Jeff was a great ally of mine. We did a lot of the same things, but I felt like I was the one pushing him to flip at times and before we did, and things like that. And I think really the only play that he has to his name is the idol that he found and then didn't play. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Meredith, you've come as far as you can in this game. What was your overall experience for the past week?
Oh my god, it was great. I truly thought that I would be voted out like first or second, and I'd spend the rest of the week antiquing around McHenry. I had a list of all the places I was going to go out here. But it's been a really great experience. She says through tears, but it's been very emotional, very hard, but it's been awesome. Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Meredith.
All right,
Good luck.
So I threw that last challenge. I kind of just made a mess of things. Nikki walked past and I kind of gave a grin. I don't need to be the one who makes that decision. I already knew what James was planning on doing because after that flashy idol play, I know he wants to be able to say that he brought me along, which I can counter that with the fact that he wouldn't be able to say anything he could possibly say at Final Tribal Council or drag me along if it weren't for the fact that I kept his name and Angela's name out of the mouths of all of the Jovians, and thus setting in motion the eliminations that led up to this exact situation that I wanted all along. That is all I have to say, and I can't wait to make my pitch.
Can you talk about just your overall experience of this week and making it all the way to the final day?
I live my life with zero expectations so that I don't get an ego or I don't disappoint myself too much to the point where I get hurt in the end. Because I did that the last couple times. And it's affected me in ways that it has carried into my outside life as far as my ability to have confidence in my career and even more importantly, as a father. And this week has shown me that I don't need to doubt myself as much as I do. It's all in my head, and I need to ignore it. And I can't wait to... I mean, it's always going to be there. The inner self-saboteur is always going to be there. But I've proved to myself here that I don't need to listen to it as much. I think it still needs to be there to keep me safe in certain ways. But now I hope that I can use that inner self-saboteur to only keep me safe in ways that will help me along in life as I move forward after this. And I am forever grateful, not just for the cast, but production, Nikki. I am floored at how amazing this entire game is. I'm speechless. And I can't. There is no word in any textbook or holy book that I can use to describe exactly what I'm taking away from this and what I'm feeling right now.
Thanks, Jeff. Hey.
So, Final Five happens. I do not win the immunity. We get to the vote. And I'm actually kind of happy everything turned out the way that it did, because when people ask me what my biggest mistake in the game was, my answer will be the Final Five Tribal Council. That was definitely my most emotionally driven, non-strategic moment where I didn't see why anybody wouldn't be voting me out. But I made it through, I think, to the shock of the jury, which is good because I think that bodes well for what my social game is. I think they're shocked because they expected to see me, so the fact that they don't, maybe they're in my corner. We go into the Final Four immunity. I know that I have promises from Jeff and Angela that they will both take me, but I know what has to be done, and Angela, I cannot take her to the end. I see the puzzle. I'm a little bit nervous about it because I'm not really a puzzle guy, but in the moment of doing the puzzle, when I'm moving the balls, I'm reminded of everything that I went through in this game. Everybody's faces, the times I didn't think I could do it. And I pulled it out. Now I get to plead my case to win this game. And I felt like the signs were all around me this whole time. I was gonna make it here, and I had to trust the process, even if it wasn't what I wanted it to be, even if I couldn't win and save people when I wanted to save them. Every time I fell, I dusted my knees off and I got back up and kept going. And I think that's what a survivor is. And now I have the opportunity, after losing 6 times in the final 2, I have the opportunity to finally win. I think this could be it. But I have one job left to do. And so I will be fully clocked in at that final tribal council, telling my story of my journey and what I went through, and why I'm the most deserving player to win Season 2 of Survive Galaxy Curse. I genuinely believe right now this is mine to lose. I think my story is the best, my stats are the best, my journey is the strongest. I think the jury respects how I played. I'm fucking hungry. But win or lose, it's not always about the end result, but the journey that got you there. And I came into this game with an empty cup. And I'm leaving with it overflowing. And that's what's most important.
James, back at camp, what were the other survivors' pitches to bring them to the final tribal?
The only person that really gave me a pitch was Angela, because I didn't want to play the blindside game right now. I have too much respect for the final 4. And, you know, just like idols and curses and everything died in the last round, I felt so did the strategy. I felt the need to be deceitful went out the door at Final 4. So I took Angela aside and told her that I love her with every piece of my heart and I would like to be her friend for life. But she stands in the way of me in the finish line, so I will not be taking her. And I told Meredith I would not be taking her either, and encouraged them to practice their fire making and wish them the best of luck, and got out of the camp to get everyone's focus off of, you know, maybe me, and let them feel the emotion that it feels to be told when you're not going to the end, and to get their head in the game to try to earn their spot there. And that's how that went.
James, you have gone almost as far as you can in this game. Now the power switches over to the jury. Can you talk a little bit about this week-long experience and what it meant to you?
Do you want me to cry some more? This experience meant everything. I mean, I'm almost kind of sad I never got voted out, because I've never seen a game take so much pride and care in the people that get eliminated from this game, and ensuring that their experience walking away from it is one that they will forever remember. And I've played a lot of games where you leave the game and you're an afterthought. You're eaten last, you're disregarded, you gotta find things to keep yourself, you know, preoccupied, and you know, you're going through a lot in your head because you come into these games and you believe in yourself, and when you fall short, sometimes you beat yourself up. And I feel like there was a safety net here for anyone that fell, to remind them that they are worth so much more than what a placement is in a game, to remind them that as human beings, we come out here to test ourselves and push ourselves, and we have to lie and manipulate, but we don't have to hurt people. We have to play the game, but we don't have to leave people with scars that don't repair. And so to be out here, there's been so much symbolism between this game and my life. And I will forever be emotionally attached to it. And in those moments where life is tough and I'm struggling and I feel like I'm gonna break down, I know that my happy place is gonna be me putting that last ball in that fucking little maze over there, and reminding myself that I can do anything that I put my mind to, no matter who believes that I can or who believes that I can't. I will always believe that I can.
Thank you so much, James.
Hey.